After so many controversies from not just across the world but also here in India, Facebook has now finally decided to stop recommending political content to its users on their newsfeed. The term political group content is very broad, but how exactly does Facebook define it or intend to tackle it still remains unclear. Let's start from the beginning and understand what took Facebook so long to act against political content on its platform. After multiple reports by the Wall Street Journal and the recent Capitol Hill violence in the US that was allegedly incited by Donald Trump's posts, several experts have criticized the social media giant for not doing enough to stop fake news and curb politically biased news. After all this criticism, on January 27th, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced that the social media giant will no longer recommend political content to its users. Now, this image management and improvement exercise by Facebook comes after the social media giant has come under the scanner and radar for its inability to tackle hate speech and take action against offensive, objectionable content. Let me remind you that Facebook, Instagram and Twitter had suspended Donald Trump's accounts when his supporters had stormed the US Capitol Hill on January 6th. That also led to his impeachment. Mark Zuckerberg earlier said, "This is a continuation of work we have been doing for a while to turn down the temperature and discourage divisive conversations." In October last year also, the company had temporarily decided to stop recommending the political group to US users ahead of the US elections. And now Zuckerberg said that the social media giant is planning to reduce the amount of political content that you, the users, see on your newsfeed. This is being done to reduce the increasing misinformation and fake news on the platform. Zuckerberg also said that decision to remove political groups came from user feedback and will apply globally to the social network. Zuckerberg said, "One of the top pieces of feedback that we are hearing from our community right now is that people don't want politics and fighting to take over their experience on our services." Well, this is not the first time that concerns about spread of fake news and inability of social media giant to curb it have been raised. During the Capitol Hill violence, experts said that social media played a huge role in inciting the mob. Facebook, among other platforms, was criticized for delayed response on spread of politically biased news and information and fake news. Delay in blocking Donald Trump from posting anything after the violence erupted in the United States. For example, people kept sharing and retweeting the politically charged content on Facebook and Twitter without any verification from Facebook. There were several Trump supporting groups that kept spreading fake news. Now, let's talk about what works in the favor of Facebook with the spread of fake news. For instance, in the back of one of the messiest elections in the history of United States politics, we saw Facebook's ad revenue increase to $21+ billion in December quarter of 2020. Twitter made $808 million in the same quarter. For example, Twitter had hidden Donald Trump's tweets saying that it had violated the platform's rules about glorifying violence on Black Lives Movement and protests in America. But when Trump shared the same post on Facebook, the company did not do anything about that. Back then, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg said that Facebook allows as much freedom of expression as possible unless it can cause imminent harms. Now let's look at one of the examples here in India. On December 13th last year, Wall Street Journal had reported that Facebook allowed the Hindu right-wing organization Bajrang Dal to increase its presence on the social media platforms. The report had alleged that Facebook had allowed the Bajrang Dal to continue with its operations even after Facebook's security team identified the outfit as dangerous. The Facebook's security team had identified that Bajrang Dal incites violence against minorities across India. It was said that cracking down on Bajrang Dal might endanger both the company's business prospects and its staffs in India, and that Facebook took no action to avoid infuriating India's ruling Hindu nationalist politician. Not just this, even the former Facebook executive Ankhi Das had allegedly supported a BJP leader who made anti-Muslim comments earlier. As per reports, Ankit Das had told the staff members that punishing violations by BJP politicians would damage the company's business prospects in the country, which is Facebook's biggest global market by a number of users. Though Facebook denied all charges, the company defended itself in front of a parliamentary committee against the allegations and accusations of bias and concerns about the safety of user data. All these examples raise serious concerns and doubts about the Facebook's seriousness on curbing and combating the spread of politically charged news, fake news, misinformation, and about verifying political groups that are available in abundance. While this announcement by Facebook comes among many others that the company has made in the past, it is still unclear how the social media company will deliver its age-old promise of acting against objectionable content.